Greetings everyone, welcome to Chess Advanced. This is the second rapid game that I've been showing from Maxime Vachier-Lagrave versus Pragg, and Pragg is now with the white pieces, so he can try and bounce back. He lost the first game in a really brutal positional game where, Maxime had the shots all along and it was very difficult to come out of that, but Pragg now has the chance. What position and what opening will he choose? So without further ado, let's start with this game. Pragg chooses to go for d4. We have d5, c4, e6, and now just going for this knight to c3. We have knight to f6, he captures, bishop to g5. This is the queen's gambit exchange, basically decline exchange, and bishop to e7. We have e3, h6, and now just comes bishop to h4. We have bishop to g4 now, and now just going for this knight to f3. We have castles, bishop to d3, knight b d7, and just castles in this position. So how do you try to make progress in this position where you cannot actually immediately go for something? Maybe you can go queen to c2 in this position. That's absolutely fine. Get the rook jumps in, connect the rooks, maybe go queen to b3. There are many positional moves that you can play here. Rook to e8 was played, but now just comes queen to c2 and c6. So definitely a very nice structure here. You have to be a little bit careful. You cannot immediately go guns blazing. You cannot just play h3, but you can capture here, and it seems like a decent move because why wouldn't you want to capture here? But the thing is that if you capture in this position, you cannot capture now, but the thing is that if you captured here right in this position, then after g captures, now what would have happened is you're gonna have to play a move like c6, but here just king to h1, and now this is jumping in. There is very difficult to do anything in this position. Yes, you can go knight to h5 and trade the bishops, but after that, you can understand there's a lot of pressure here. Rook can occupy the entirety of this g file. Your king is going to be very vulnerable. I don't think something like this should be played, and definitely Maxime doesn't go for it, and definitely not in a rapid game. A c6 was played. Now just comes knight to d2. He doesn't allow the move now, so maybe it was prep. Maybe he thought now it was not good enough to actually give it up. So let's see what happens here. Just a5. Now just comes a4, not allowing further advancement of the pawn. Knight to h5, asking for a bishop trade. Bishop captures, queen captures, rook a to e1, and now just comes the move with the bishop back. And what do you do in this position? Here, instead of this, you could have also gone for rook a to b1. That would have been fine as well. Now for g6, you play h3, pushing the bishop back, bishop to e6, knight to e2. Everything is fine here. Knight to g7, you just jump in with the knight. This knight is extremely strong, putting pressure on that bishop. Next, you can maybe play this. Bishop is already eyeing this. You have to be a little bit careful. White is the one better, and anyway, somewhere along the line, white can pounce in. But here, rook a to e1 is fine as well. Here, bishop to e6 comes. Now just comes immediately a very nice move by Pragg. Pragg goes for f4, and this game is just so beautiful. There was just so many lines that Pragg could have gone for. I just really want to get there and show you the lines. Here, knight to b6 was played. Here, knight to b3. Now just comes knight to f6, and in this position, Pragg immediately jumps in with f5, and f5 is a beautiful move. Seems like, why are you just removing the bishop's influence with this f5 move? Doesn't seem like a good move, but f5 is not the idea. It's the idea that is the line that comes after it, basically. Hey, bishop to c8 was played, and now comes the idea, which is e4. You want to break open the line against the queen, and you want to do it with the tempo. You want to do it with actually capturing it. And the thing is that if you capture, you have to capture, otherwise this is coming. So there is nothing else. D caps on e4 was played, but here just comes knight caps on e4, rook to d8 in this position. Very crucial move, because the thing is that after this comes in, you don't want this to be hanging, and you cannot capture here. So this is very crucial. You have to go for rook to d8 in this position, or you could go for this knight caps on e4, but then the line, what could have happened is something that you don't want. So here just rook to d8, but in this position, just going for this knight b to c5, knight b d7 was played, and this is the blunder that could have ended Maxime's chance to be able to hold in this position. And the move that you want to play in this position is a beautiful move. I'm going to ask you to pause the video and try and find out the only winning move in this position that completely crushes Maxime Vachier-Lagrave. Imagine crushing the MVL imagine crushing MVL, the French grandmaster, absolute legend. And that would be one thing, and crushing him in just 25 moves is just one of the amazing other things. And just don't look at the engine evaluation. It's saying only plus 1.3, but it is such a beautiful move that if you're able to find it out yourself, kudos to you. So congratulations to everyone who's able to find this move, and really huge congratulations, because the move is bishop to c4. It's a beautiful positional idea. It's very difficult to find this move. The thing is that here, now you go for this knight captures on e5, because that bishop is a bit too strong, and here after d captures, you're banking on the fact that here this bishop is locked in the game. Cannot capture here, cannot go here, don't want to go here. You cannot develop the bishop, cannot get the rooks connected. This pawn is just a thorn in your side, and it's very difficult to do anything. And also there could be so many discoveries in this position and attack on the queen. It's just very difficult to get out of this. Here just knight caps on e4. If you try to go for this, queen captures, rook captures, and you must be thinking, why did I trade all the pieces? There was so much tension captured. Now the tension has been released, but it has not been released because here king to f8, now not allowing the rook to jump in here. But now comes the idea f6, and now what do you do in this position? Now if you try to go for bishop to e6, the trouble is here f captures on g7, and after king captures, here bishop captures, and after f captures, first rook to g4, not even bother to capture the pawn, because capturing the pawn doesn't give you anything in this position. And after king to h7, hey, just rook to f7 check, and you can understand what's happening after this. Wherever you go in this position, rook is jumping in next. I'm going to be occupying the entirety of the 7th rank, and there is nothing that you can do about it. So this would be completely winning, completely dominating. Light from move 21, and Pragg had this chance, but in this position, after he was on move 14 and he went down till move 8 or move 8 minutes or 9 minutes on the clock, so he gave it a 5-minute thought in a rapid game. That's a lot, but he was not able to find this bishop to c4 move. It was a very difficult move to spot, but if he had spotted it, he would have definitely made the scores equal. But now he played queen to c3, and queen to c3 unfortunately does not work in this position. That's a missed chance, missed opportunity. A knight caps on e4 immediately by Maxime, and the thing is that knight caps on e4 is the best move in this position, and Maxime has now equalized. Not only he has equalized, he plays every move with engine precision from here. Rook captures on e4, have to go for it, attacking the queen, and you cannot play queen to f6 in this position. Queen to f6, if you try to go, I mean, it just looks so natural. You're just stopping the f6 thrust. So why this does it not work? Well, you have this beautiful move, knight to a6, knight to e6. If you're able to spot in this position, I mean, just look at this move for a second. It looks so amazing. You cannot even go for this f captures. If you go for f captures, then just f captures, and this I mean, your queen is under attack, knight is under attack, everything is hanging. Queen to g6, if you try to go, just e7, and you're absolutely getting crushed. There is nothing you can do, not a thing on the planet that you can do to try and survive this. Rook to e8. Now just comes this queen to b3 check, king moves, and now just going for this. You cannot capture this here, otherwise you just get checkmated, because if you capture this, rook check, king moves, and just queen is jumping in next, and yeah, you're just getting checkmated. There is nothing you can do in this position. But here in this position, if you try to play it decently, let's say you go rook to e8, but the thing is that rook to g4 comes, you try to capture this, f captures, rook captures, but now you're going to have to sack the queen, and after sacking the queen, you have absolutely nothing left. So that's what would have happened if you had gone for queen to f6. And believe me when I tell you that this move, queen to f6, anyone could fall into this. But the thing is that Maxime did not even consider this. He took just a minute, less than a minute, and went queen to d6. That's how good this guy is right now. He's in his top shape, absolutely. He just knight caps on d7 was played, bishop captures, and now just comes f6, and it seems like you have something, but you really don't. Rook to e8, now just comes rook to h4, trying to go for something here. You cannot go for a move like g5 in this position, because this would be hanging. So here rook to e6, but now just comes f captures on g7, rook to f6, rook to e1, and now just comes this queen to b4. If you go for a move like rook to e8 in this position, your position could completely fall apart, because there is a beautiful line in this position, which is this rook captures, and now after bishop captures, you play rook to g4, and now you can basically resign. There is nothing you can do. The move that black can try in this position is rook to g6, sacrifice the exchange, and maybe you just resign afterwards. But the thing is that there is nothing you can do. If you go for a move like queen to b4 in this position, asking for a queen trade, there is a beautiful move in this position. Can you spot that tactic? It is actually mate in 2, which is this bishop to h7 check, and after this is actually checkmate, and all of this could have happened on the board, but yeah, really didn't. Maxime is not going to blunder like this. But I should mention, when I was watching it live, Maxime's first thought was to actually get the rook into it. He almost touched the rook, and as soon as he was touching it, he realized that there is that pawn and he could actually fall into this. So he almost blundered, but he didn't. But here just queen to b4, we have queen to c1. Now just comes king captures on g7, h3, rook to e8 finally, and rook captures. Bishop captures was played, and the thing is that there is nothing you can do. This position is basically a draw now. Even though you have all of this here, you can give a check, which was played in the game. King to f8 and bishop to h7, try to have something, but it just doesn't work. And if you had gone for queen to c5 check in this position, which is the best move in this position, but the thing is that queen captures, d captures, what do you have here? Basically a draw. Rook to e6, bishop b4, a captures, rook captures, and yes, it looks weak, but the thing is that it just doesn't. Here you cannot even press for anything in this position other than a draw. So here after king to f8, bishop to h7 was played, but now just comes bishop to d7, rook to g8 check, and here in this position after queen to e3 check and rook to e6, both players here agreed to go for a draw, because you might have some chances in blitz to equalize. Yes, Maxime is 4 points up in this rapid section, and because Pragg lost the last round, and now he gets only 2 points for this, and last round he lost 4, so now he has to actually win 3-1 blitz against Maxime. And Maxime is a top let's player. You cannot do anything against that. So let's see what he does in bits round. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll be coming back with such amazing games, so stay tuned to the channel, stay updated, and I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon. Thank you very, very much for watching.